tweet something.
Okay, we're good on YouTube, and
To whoever is speaking, and it was just an automatic thing. You didn't have to touch it; it did it automatically. So it'd have all the people's.
I'm wondering, and it's not letting me do anything too XSplit. So I'm
Week's group movie of the week. It's just the two of us, just the two.
again.
This week we reached into the indie bucket and got Before We Go, directed and starring Chris Evans, directed by and starring Chris Evans, and also starring Alice Eve.
To watch.
Sorry, City. So I like that. I actually liked right at first when they first showed the camera movement on the subway. Captain America, freaking Steve Rogers. Like I see it with Steve Rogers a little with it, and all it is just the girl that left him,
Oh yeah,
and so
I agree with that.
and it totally hit me. I feel like I'm freaking Chris Evans right now. I felt like connected to his character that he's playing, Nick. So I liked that what he put out there on screen. It wasn't super.
It makes you believe the characters are going through what they're going through.
Yeah,
and that's what matters.
You think if they put more, you would think that if they put more stuff into it, like there's this, other cliched kind of tropey things in there. It's like, all right, well now this just seems like a movie. It doesn't seem like you're in there from the handheld, like you're just someone peeking into this relationship. That's just
my feeling. Like I've left, like I'm lacking something, and it pertains to the background pertaining to her. There's not a lot, You got the hint that she was not happy, and her story does get told because she explains to him finally, towards the end, what the situation is. But I felt like you didn't really get to see the relationship that her and her husband had, or any of that. I would have loved to see just a little hair, even if it's a small snippet of a background. But the fact that, I don't know if he did this just to keep the husband's appearance not too pivotal to the whole movie, because the whole movie situates about just them two, and what happens in 24 hours with a stranger. So, other than that, I mean that's the only thing I have that's really super negative. I wanted to see more background on her, like the person she was talking to on the phone, her friend, her neighbor, or whoever, and the fact that she knew what was going on. Because she said everything will be all right, and you didn't really get too much of her background besides what she told you.
I surprisingly, this is second time in a couple weeks where I'm actually okay with them not showing me that stuff. But I understand.
But the reason why I say this, but the reason why I say this is because you saw so much of his life. In stark comparison to her, complete contrast to her. You saw his ex, you saw his best friend, you saw the situation he was dealing with.
Music.
Right, and you saw the reason why he was playing music for so long. There was a reason that fit.
There's something going on here with the con that is perfect.
I miss about living up north is just the fact that, even if you were bored, take a train into the city, once you're in the city, stay there for the night, and just, even if you're just walking the entire length of the city, just looking at the atmosphere, breathing it all in, that's an awesome feeling to do when, you're just you got time to kill, you don't want to do really a drinks or stuff like that, take a walk on the city.
That's one thing. It's New York City's the number one place I want to go to, visit. I want to go out there, spend 2 weeks there. So that's what I'm saying. I already have a bias towards the movie when they highlight New York City.
You know what we're gonna need to do? Bring you West Coasters to the East Coast for we'll fucking hit up New York Comic Con. We'll make it a group thing, and so you guys can hit New York. That'd be awesome.
The thing that also adds into that, my bias, is the fact that it seemed like everything was shot there, and it seemed what I liked is that it seemed that every time they were somewhere, they probably got the proper permits and everything, but they let everything just be natural. Like if people were walking by on the streets, they were just random people. Those weren't cast members, and they just kept like in Grand Central Station. Maybe a couple of those people that were intimately right there next to him might have been actors, but I bet you everybody else was like totally.
But at the same time, they were probably filming at 4 a.m. also, or 2 a.m. So at that point in time, at the closing time of Grand Central, it's pretty much
10:30 p.m. or was it 2 a.m.?
No, it was about
was supposed to be
2 a.m. 2 a.m. because they open back up at 5. That's how Grand Central works.
So I felt like
they close it.
That was what something that grabbed me though is the fact that it seemed like they filmed everything in its natural state, and they didn't do all these big old setup shots. And that's one of the reasons why I like it, this movie, even though it did
solid B.
Okay.
B plus, B plus, somewhere around there. But yeah.
All right, I myself probably give it a B as well. It's one of those. It's a movie it's good for date night. I watched it by myself, so yeah, it was. I definitely had the feeling like, all right, this should be with another person to share this experience with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. It's a B for me. It's a B. Enjoyed it.
On Netflix, you could just search without search and find these like nuggets of gems.
Yeah. I'm definitely happy we watched this one. It's one of the things that I love about doing movie of the week now I've been doing movie of the week now for over 4 years, every week watching a movie, and now that I'm happy to share this with you guys, and hopefully more people get to see this stuff and catch these little films like this that I started doing movie of the week on my channel was 4 or 5 years ago, and I got the idea from was it TNT or TBS? They would do those, and they would do Dinner and a Movie or whatever every week.
I think Dinner and a Movie was TBS.
Yeah. They would do Dinner and a Movie TBS. Once a week, and then in between the commercials, they'd come on and they come on and they talk about some of the behind the scenes stuff, and that's where I got the idea from. And for me, it's more of like that kind of thing. Like I want to be able to give advice. Movie advice, not in a super judgmental way, but in a way to like, hey, check out this movie. I liked it. I think you might like it. And so I love doing this. Love finding these small ones. And if anything, I'm probably going to do this for a long time. At least movie of the week. I love doing it.
Goodbye. Oh, make sure you listen to our latest podcast. It's up already, so go check it out. You see all the links right underneath us, and there'll be links down below. But definitely check us out. He actually said
some words.
Yeah, some. Not the ones we wanted to hear, though. We got him
to talk a little bit, so go check that one out. You can hear the genuine smooth leather vocalizations of Eddie.
It's like grating teeth.
So for Lynn, double what Lynn said. Check us out and let's play some games together. Xbox One.